We did it. Hello, everyone. This is Emily with Crochet or Cry. I'm so excited to finally be sharing a video with my beginner friends. I have been asked so many times to create a video for how to crochet for Tapestry Crochet for projects like these. And so I'm super excited to show you guys. I'm going to show you how to do 3 techniques: a slip knot, a chain stitch, and a single crochet stitch. Those are the only things you need to learn to create this. After you practice these for a few days, do them over and over, you'll be able to start working my projects. You will need to learn how to color change. That's another technique that I will create another video for, but it's just a technique using single crochet stitches. So once you learn these, you can start jumping into color changing. I've seen a lot of people, their first pieces come out amazing. So don't stress too much if it's a little bit frustrating at first. Just practice the hand movements for a few days and you'll be great. So anyway, I really, really, really want you guys to learn how to do this. So if this video is not helpful, please tell me how I can make a video that's more helpful for you guys. Let's just jump right in because I am excited for you to start. All right, so we have our yarn here. I use Caron 1 pound. I don't think it's available globally, but I mean, America, Canada, I believe it's available. However, any cotton or acrylic medium yarn will work great. This one, it's a medium. It recommends a 5mm hook. I use a 4 now, but my older patterns, I started with a 5 as recommended by my yarn. And then I learned that if you use a smaller hook, you get a little bit tighter stitches. So you can probably tell the age of my patterns based on the size hook I'm using, because I slowly started using smaller ones. For a while, I was using 4.5 and now I use 4. But it's not going to make that big of a difference. So if you don't have a 4 hook, you only have a 5, just go for it. Yeah, my hook is very old and gross, but it's the only one that I've like really liked that's been comfortable for me. So yeah, yep, we got our tapestry needle for sewing in loose ends when needed. I don't do it very often, but you'll need one if you get into crochet. Stitch markers are really helpful for most crochet projects if you want to start learning other things. I don't really use stitch markers, but this one I just want to show it because it's so cute, from JB Baby Designs. I love her so much. You can buy little cheap ones online too, but why would you do that? Because this is so cute. Anyway, so I'm going to show you the 3 techniques that you need to learn to make a tapestry crochet. You are going to just have to practice these for a couple of days because your hands are going to need to get used to the movements. You're going to have to learn how to hold tension. You're going to have to figure out how you hold your hook. You can do it. So we're going to start with a slip knot. You're going to drape your yarn just right over here. Oh, remember, if you're left-handed, just flip everything I'm doing. All right. I'm very right-handed. My left hand is basically useless. So we are going to wrap this yarn. Here's the end. We're going to wrap this yarn twice around your index finger. So you have 2 little loops here. You're going to pull the back loop over the front loop. And then that back loop, we're going to pull it all the way over and around your finger. And then you're going to put your hook right in there. And then look at that. You have a little knot. Also, I'm very double jointed. So a lot of the ways that I work my pieces just work for my hands. I'm very hyperextendy. So if what I'm doing or the way I'm holding my stuff doesn't work for you, you can look up other ways to hold. I'm going to show you how I hold my tension too. So now that we have a hook here, actually, let me show you it just one more time. So you're going to wrap this twice. So it's going to wrap forward around your hand like this. Wrap this twice around your index finger. Pull this back one over. And then pull this one over that one. You have a little loop. And voila. So now you're holding your hook however you crochet, have it ready. I like to hold it this way because it gives me, my index finger likes to like help out a little bit. He likes to be helpful. And you also want to figure out how to hold some tension. So notice how I'm holding the hook, or I mean holding the yarn here when I started. So you want to drape it around one of your fingers, just like this. And I hold my tension here. So a lot of people hold their tension down here. So they drape it over this. I believe and they hold their oh my god, see, and this is really hard for my hands because I'm very double jointed and hyperextend. I can't really do that very well, so I started just naturally holding my tension here, and that's just what works for me. um, you can buy like a ring that holds your tension for you as well. I've never tried it, I don't know how well they work, but I just hold my tension right here. You have to have some kind of tension, and you just want to learn how to keep it consistent as you work. So once you kind of figure out how you want to hold your hook and your yarn, we're gonna go ahead and do a chain stitch now. So we can hold this. So you're gonna go ahead and hold the loose end right here, kind of just the knot. Actually, yeah, you just kind of hold the knot, and then you're holding tension here. You're holding your hook here. You got everything. This is where you got to just teach your hands how to do all these things at the same time. It just takes a little bit of practice and a couple days to get used to it. So this is called yarning over because your yarn is hooking over your hook. This is yarning under because the yarn is hooking under. Typically, I think for most projects, you just yarn over. So you're going to yarn over your hook and you're going to pull it straight through that loop that you had around your hook. Okay. You have your own first cute little chain. See the little chain right there? One chain, all right? And then you're going to kind of repeat that a bazillion times. Two chains. One, two, three chains. So you can kind of see we have a little row of chains here. You're just going to keep making these. So all of my patterns start with a foundation chain. That's what I call this, is the foundation chain. It's a row of chains and the pattern will specify how many. So right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Every little V here is one chain. So right now, what did I say? I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 chains on my hook. If my pattern needs, usually, I mean, they'll start at 25 to 80 sometimes. So you'll create the foundation chain, whatever your pattern, according to your pattern. So you can just keep creating chains as long as you need. You're also going to need to learn how to do a chain stitch because I do one chain at the end of each row of your pattern as well. So these are super important. They're the foundation. This is the foundation of your piece too. So your foundation chain, once you're done with this, you're going to turn and you're going to start single crocheting back into the chain. And this is was just the support for that first row and to begin your entire pattern. So you're only doing this foundation chain at the very beginning, and then you're doing one chain at the end of each row. So these are just very important to learn. I'll do everything from the very beginning real quick. It's your slip knot. Insert your hook. You have your slip knot. Now hold it. Yarn over. Through. One chain. Two chains. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is where it's important to learn to keep your tension consistent because it keeps the sizes pretty consistent. I mean, they're not absolutely perfect and they don't have to be, but in the beginning, yours might be like, there might be one that's really tight and one that's really loose, and it gets a little bit inconsistent sometimes in the beginning, but don't stress. You'll get the hang of it so quickly. And now I am going to show you a single crochet stitch. So once you have a foundation chain, which I'm going to create again, I'm going to do a foundation chain of 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 10. Usually they're a lot longer for my patterns, but this is just for the sake of practicing. So say we need to chain 1 and turn. So we have a pattern with 10 stitches across. That means we have 10 chains right now. We're going to need to chain 1 more because it's the end of that row. And then we're going to turn, and then we're going to start working back across that chain using single crochet stitches. So Again, make sure your single crochet stitches are in US terms if you look it up to see how other people do them. So you're always going to turn on your first foundation row only, and you're going to put your first single crochet stitch in the second chain from your hook. So notice there's that little chain right there on top, and then there's the second one right there. We're going to put our first single crochet stitch into that little chain. So here my finger is holding the spot right now. We're going to put our hook right through there, that chain. Yo, focus. Thank you. We're going to yarn over, and we are going to pull it through that first little loop. And then you have 2 loops on your hook now. You're going to yarn over again and pull it through. And you have your first single crochet stitch. I'm going to show you a few so that you can kind of understand like what it kind of looks like. So we did it in that second chain from the hook. Here's the next chain right here. So we're going to put another single crochet stitch. So you insert your hook, yarn over, pull through the first loop. Then you have 2 loops left on your hook. You're going to yarn over, pull through both of those. So now you have 2 single crochet stitches. 1, 2. There you go. 1, 2. And then here's the chain you turned. It's confusing in the beginning. I promise it doesn't stay confusing. So you're going to continue to single crochet across the top of this chain. Yarn over, pull through 1 loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Insert hook into the next chain, yarn over 1, yarn over, pull through 2. So now we're starting to get a little bit of shape here. So this would technically be row 1 of your pattern. All the single crochet stitches are part of the pattern. So once you turned, you put that first single crochet stitch back in that chain. You started row 1 of your pattern, and the chain was just the foundation to work off of. So we're going to go all the way back across. So here's your next chain. Insert hook, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. I'm going to go all the way across. All the way, see there's 2 left. And this is the last one. So now, look at that. We finished row 1 of our project, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 single crochet stitches in the first row. Remember, we did 10 chain stitches and then we chained 1 more time. So we technically did 11 chain stitches and then we chained 1 to turn. And the chain ones at the end of every row, it's just to like give yourself height so that you can start working the next row. So now we have a row of 10. So now I'm going to show you 1 more row of single crochet stitches because it's a little bit different from working off the chain. You worked off the chain for the first row, but now that you're going to be working back into your single crochet stitches, and I'm going to show you how that works. So now that we've done row 1, row 1 is complete. This is where you chain 1 and turn at the end of every single row. So we're going to remember how we chain. We just yarn over, pull through, done. There's your chain. So you chain 1 everywhere. Now you're going to turn, and now we're working the back side. So this is row 2, which is the back side of your piece, technically. You can't tell yet, but later you'll be able to tell. So now we want to do 10, because it's a row of 10 single crochet stitches across these 10 single crochet stitches. Here's where it was very confusing for me at first, and I want to specifically show you. That's your chain stitch right there. Okay, you're not stitching into that one. That one was just your support stitch. You're gonna go to your first single crochet stitch right here. So it looks kind of like the second chain on your hook. You're gonna put the hook through both. So you see how there's a V right here? You're gonna put your hook underneath through both, like both of those. Come on, focus. There you go. You're gonna yarn over, pull through one, yarn over, pull through two, and now you have your first single crochet stitch. You can kind of see that's the full stitch right there. You want to put your hook underneath that the entire stitch. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Here, let's put one more in. See, notice how I put it through the entire stitch. So you're putting it through the entire stitch. And I'm telling you that because when I first started, I was very confused. I was like, am I only putting it through this one hole, this hole? No, you want to put it through underneath that entire V. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through two. And I say that because there are other patterns that use the terms back loop only and front loop only. This is what they mean by front loop only or back loop only. This would be, I believe, I don't even do them. So if I'm wrong, I'm so sorry. Back loop only, because this is the back loop. And then you would stitch using that, or the front loop only, because here's the front loop. So you would use just that one. We aren't doing that here. We are using the entire stitch. If you use back loop only or front loop only, the piece will start to turn or curve. So we don't want to do that. We just want our piece to be flat and straight. So we are stitching through the entire stitch on every stitch. So we are just going all the way across here. And here's the last one right at the end. It's kind of hard to get into the last one when you're in your second row, but I believe in you. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. So now row two is finished. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 single crochet stitches. So it should start to look like, I mean, don't stress if it's not like as straight as this in the beginning. It'll take a few times. But yeah, then again, right here, you're gonna, right where you ended on this row, again, you're gonna chain one and turn. And now you're working the other side again. And then again, you start working just straight into the entire stitch all the way across. And then you start to see the shape of your project coming together. So obviously this is a very tiny, tiny one. But so that's what we're working. So I want you to practice this, keep going across. You can make a whole bunch of rows, just keep practicing it. Practice from the beginning too, so you're getting used to chain stitches. But I hope this was helpful for anyone who wants to learn how to crochet for Tapestry Crochet. I hope I didn't miss anything. If I did, please comment. Some of these end stitches are so hard. See, and there's row 4 or 3. I don't remember. So now we're getting going. And then as we go, we're going to start adding colors, and I'll do color changing in a different video. Hopefully this is helpful though. Let me know below if you have any questions or anything you want me to add to make this more helpful. So yeah.